You need an advocate to convince the court to release you on bail. What were you indicted for? 15 counts of aggravated assault? But you were provoked. Okay, tell me what happened. You wanted to buy a case of Lysol disinfectant, but the store limit was 6 cans because of shortages. And you didn't want to go to a different store for the rest because the whole point of buying a case was to cut down on shopping trips. So what did you do? You sprayed the cashier in the face? You do realize that the cashier doesn't make store policy. People who enforce arbitrary rules are responsible for acts of violence. I see. What else? A manager asked you to put on a mask while you were shopping. That is mandated by law in many states. You have the right not to wear a mask. So what did you do? You punched him in the face. But that also wasn't your fault. Why not? Because you couldn't hear him clearly through his mask? You thought he insulted your mother. Oh, what's next on the list? A security guard in the parking lot told you that because of COVID, only one person per car was allowed to enter the store at a time. And you didn't want to wait in the car. So you ran down the security guard in the parking lot? I don't suppose that got you into the store. You had to drive away before the police came and your wife had to take an Uber home. Maybe you should try online shopping instead? It's not just shopping. You also have problems in restaurants. Like what? Your soup wasn't hot enough and the waitress didn't come quickly when you called her to complain. But when she did come, you sent the soup back? You threw the soup in her face? Well, it's a good thing it wasn't hot. But it still caused secondary burns. What's that? You were also arrested for inciting a riot? Why? Because Costco was 15 minutes late opening? The manager told you that worker shortages set them behind, so you convinced the other customers to start ramming their shopping carts into the automatic doors. Has it occurred to you that everyone else has to deal with the same problems you do, and most of them aren't resorting to violence? They should. Why? It's the American way. What's that supposed to mean? The customer is always right. I think in this case, the customer is right, on his way to serving 10 to 15 years in prison.